Dude, you know what one of my best like memories in wrestling is? Some of
What?
the best stuff I love in wrestling is fucking road trips.
I dislike road trips very much. I dislike them
The
immensely
tra-
because so much things. There's everything's unplanned. Nothing works out. Everybody wants to do different things. You go eat someplace, but that person wanted to eat there, but they wanted this, but that person wanted to go over here, and then this person wants to see it for 15 minutes, so come over here. So all in all, like road trips, I get it. Like you need another road trip to get away from your road trip.
that's we got Woody and Bobby D in the chat already. Laurie's in the chat already. What's going on, guys? Dude, I don't know if this is going to be a long. Me and Josh both got some stuff going on tonight. I don't know how long we're going to go. The wheel is big. The wheel is huge. There's almost 50 names on the wheel. Thanks to our buddies over at WrestlingNewsSource.com partnering up with us on the Free Fig Friday. Hashtag Free Fig Friday, guys. And we have Fastlane coming up, so we'll definitely run down the Fastlane card, but there's not a whole lot to that either.
I'm
Elvis
curious
in the chat. What's going on, Elvis?
I'm curious to see if we actually, when we say that, I'm so happy that we continue to do this podcast, and I guess that's the one thing that I want to get over on this more than anything else is that no matter what happens, no matter how shitty life is like we continue to try to get this done because people are counting on us. People counting on us to be there. People count on us to do what we do, and I don't want to disappoint people. And I think that's the hardest part. Is like things happen. I'm on the road right now. I'm doing this from inside of a car. I'm doing a podcast on the road away from nobody, and I get it. It's tough, and it's tough on me, and it's tough on everybody.
You're on
it's
the
tough
road
on
in a
those.
state that has like one line for internet too.
Oh, dude, but I try to explain to people like Montana is great in so many ways, but it took me 3.5 hours to get to this place.
Because it's a huge state. What up, Mike?
Yes.
Hey, Mike, give my thoughts and prayers to Raina, please. Thank you. I won't put it out there, but what's going on, Mike? Thank you for checking us out. So yeah, we'll run through Fastlane. We'll spin the wheel. We got a really cool. I think the ad is going in this week's episode. So if you're not listening live, you'll hear the ad. If you're listening live and you do a keto-friendly diet and you carb-free, that type of thing, check out Magic Spoon cereals. MagicSpoon.com/TIW with promo code TIW will save you $5. But listen to our mid-roll. Our mid-roll will have the whole ad in there. It's pretty cool stuff. It's good. I got to try it. I got to send some out to Josh. I have a box set up to send out. So
it's amazing how we decided who got what boxes of cereal.
Well, I screwed up, by the way.
So I'm getting the Frosted Flakes and Cheerios.
You're getting fruity and.
Oh, I'm good with fruity, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so good with fruity.
You're getting fruity and cocoa.
Oh,
and I opened up peanut butter by accident.
Oh, that's no accident. You did that on purpose. You or your father opened that up on purpose.
Oh, but
either that or Shane.
Oh, Shane.
Mr. Koznacki, Shane, otherwise known as the Prince, which is part of the tag team with Brittany from AEW, Lady Frost. Shane's a huge peanut butter dude. Like, he puts peanut butter on everything. I don't think there's anything that Shane doesn't put peanut butter on.
Kurt Kilberg, who's a new name I've been seeing on the wheel the past couple of weeks, showing up in the chat room too. What's up, Kurt? What's up, Tommy Flynn?
Kurt won one of our figs. I can't remember which one of the figs that he won. I think it was one of the Taker figs.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it was one of the ones that. Yes, absolutely.
It's funny. Like, I know the names as I see them on the wheel. Now, let's see. What do we got, dude? Have you looked at the matches for the pay-per-view?
Do you know how I feel about Fastlane? Let me preface this. Do you know how many Fastlanes I've watched in my life?
0.
None. Do you know why?
Because it's Armageddon.
Yes, it means absolute. I mean, I can
Yeah,
think of
it's like a paper. It's the buffer in between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. But I think this one actually has to be good for the WWE sake.
well, like you said, isn't this their first pay-per-view on Peacock
This is
before Mania?
Yes, this is the one on Peacock where they're going to test. This is the test of the Peacock network. This is the test because if you remember when the WWE network first came out and the first pay-per-view was one of the big ones, it crashed constantly.
Dude, we know some independent companies that have suffered this because of some massive cards that they've put together that they didn't expect the magnitude of people streaming those portions of that.
How about they just announced Hulk Hogan and Bobby Lashley are they're hosting an event at WrestleMania for the WWE. It's like a pop culture thing.
Did you just say Hulk Hogan and Bobby Lashley?
Yes. They're doing some kind of pop culture thing WrestleMania weekend, and those two are those are the two people that WWE thought would be great hosts together.
I don't understand that at all. I don't get it.
I get why they use Hogan because Hogan. I don't agree with using Hogan. Let me clarify that. But I get why they use Hogan because they're in Florida, and he brings name value. But at the end of the day, he's a piece of crap.
Dude, let me ask you this, and this is a serious question, man, for real. Like, do you think pro wrestling fans or sports entertainment fans give a shit about whether or not he's racist?
I think some do. I think they really
If you were, let me,
So
I'm gonna try.
here's the thing.
Here's my follow up question. I'm gonna try and nail you down. If you were to put a percentage on it, as far as people who give a shit on whether or not Hulk Hogan is a racist or not, when it comes to sports entertainment fans, what do you think a percentage is? That care, like that were like he's the ultimate racist, like he just doesn't care. He thinks he's above the law, like he's just that dude. He's Bubba the Love Sponge. He's drink because JP's young. Like, do people know that part of it, or they're just sports entertainment fans and they don't see that? So he's Hogan.
I think people care enough right now.
I agree. I do. I do. I feel bad for Bobby Lashley in this position. Yeah. I do. I really do.
Yep.
I mean, I understand. I understand the whole WrestleMania and he's your champion and all that, but it kind of eliminates the whole stuff
you all
they've been doing.
Drunk tonight,
huh?
You all are getting drunk tonight, and Tommy's going to be sipping a soda all night.
All because of you? Is that the problem?
Yes. Let's see.
Well, I
Vince Russo going into the Hall of Fame too. Yes, I think Russo should be in the Hall of Fame.
No way. I know Eric Bischoff, but did you say Vince Russo?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh no, it's Bischoff going in this year, isn't it? It is Bischoff.
Oh, my heart just stopped for a second, man.
What? Do you not think Russo should be in?
No, I don't.
You don't think there's a spot in there for Vince Russo?
No. I don't.
Oh, sorry, it's not. Mike just corrected me. It's not Lashley. It's Titus O'Neil.
Oh, same thing. I don't care.
Yeah, it's putting one of their guys who they're trying to build up into a huge spot in a very weird spot.
Well, if you're gonna eat, this is corporate line. Toe the corporate line.
Bobby D said he's getting blasted. Tommy Flynn just said Rey Mysterio should be in the Hall of Fame. He will be once he retires. Once he he stops. He doesn't have to stop for long, as we all know. Look at Edge. Look at Flair.
Why do you think? Why do you? I don't. This is. I'm gonna make a pretty bold statement, man. I don't think Vince Russo would be half of what he is without Jeff Jarrett at all.
I'm just showing off the plaque.
I guess that's why I feel the way that I feel, is because I don't see Vince Russo without Jeff Jarrett.
Without that one moment? Is that what you mean?
Well, not just Bash at the Beach, dude. Not just that, but like take TNA into it. Take if I take the lump sum, yeah, I get the whole WWE Hall of Fame, Bischoff and whatever, blah blah blah. But
Elvis said he didn't mean Russo. He means Vince the boss. Vince McMahon should be in the Hall of Fame. And I agree, but McMahon will never put himself in. So that won't happen until he passes away.
Vince McMahon will be posthumously. That's a given.
Mike Farrell says fuck Hulk and fuck Russo. They're both cunts.
Well, you have it. I mean, that's not our word.
Rucker just dropped in to say fuck Hogan.
That's what I mean. It's I guess it's the difficult part for me is I see the corporate line, I see towing the corporate line, I see how that works when it comes to money and investors, and you will do this, you sign this contract, you are required to, no matter who. It's just it's just difficult when it comes to, I guess personally, I do the whole defense between there's a difference between Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea. Like you can't prosecute me because I wasn't Terry Bollea at that time. I was Hulk Hogan. I mean, come on, dude. Like we all know that that's one and the same, right?
Right. It's not like you have multiple personalities. I'm trying to think of like an actor. Matt Damon can't go out and kill someone and said he did it because he was Jason Bourne.
Exactly. It doesn't work. And to me, that defense for the trial and all of that, the WWE is a dirty company, dude. The WWE is dirty. Like they will sweep a lot under the rug to make a buck. And that's a lot. They will.
This. Like, you asked how many people care about the Hogan thing? Our chat room just blew up with people saying F him.
But to be honest, I mean, we're a niche community. We're people that care. We're invested in this product. But are there, the 12-year-olds that see, Hulk Hogan, casually on the network, and then they go delve in? They don't know who Hulk Hogan is. I just don't think he was ever anything other than
a leg drop.
Yeah. And Timber, when she watched that, I showed her the Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, and that was the build. The whole build was to see if Hogan could just body slam Andre. And that's otherwise the whole match was just horrid. It was grotesque in all manners of aspect other than the psychology behind it. Anyway, fuck Hogan. Fastlane. Do you have the card up? Like,
I do.
Are we gonna predict this thing? Because I'm still gonna at least get 80% on this.
How about what one is screwing me up?
Which one?
There's one match that I don't know how I can predict.
I know.
I think I know what's gonna happen. Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. I think Bray Wyatt comes back and costs Orton the match. Or Alexa Bliss does some crazy stuff and like burns him on fire. Or either that or he's burning her on fire.
Well, she continually has been able to do whatever at command and make him puke up black whatever. So
Alexa just responded to Alexa Bliss. So I'm gonna say Alexa Bliss on that, but obviously not clean. There's gonna be she's gonna do some of her voodoo. How she do the voodoo that she do. It would be cool if like Papa Shango came out with her and Bray Wyatt.
There's no stipulation on that match, right? At all?
No, just an intergender match.
WWE doesn't do intergender matches.
Nope.
They do not do intergender matches. So I don't even see this match happening. I think it's just a publicized match to get some Peacock buys, and then this match doesn't even happen.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
So I'm
You're saying a no contest of some sort then?
Absolutely. No, it just hasn't. Has never been. Has there been a true intergender match in the WWE yet? I don't believe so.
There
Fact
probably
check.
was like Harvey Whippleman versus somebody or other.
Well, I mean, let's talk 2000 and beyond. Let's talk about post China. We could use that PC post China,
Post China. Then you got
right?
another one that's good. This is going to be the match I think that steals the show. The Brogue Kick versus the Claymore.
Oh man,
Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre.
well, yes, probably going to be a pretty cool match. Since it's been a long time.
Such a workup for it, and those guys do know each other. They've been around each other for a long time.
What are the stipulations in this match again?
Just a singles match, from what I can see.
I don't see Drew McIntyre losing this match.
I don't either, but I mean, I also could see Sheamus winning, so it's tough. Hey, what's up, Karen? Thank you. Appreciate you stopping in to say hi. I know you're busy.
Hello, Karen.
Elvis Martinez. What was the point of the green slime on Raw? It was like watching Nickelodeon. I think that was just the Alexa Bliss stuff, buddy.
Yeah, just funny. DX. Let's just call it. It was DX. Say it, JP. It was DX because it was green.
That could be. The next up, we got the Intercontinental. It is Big E versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship singles match.
Big E still has a belt.
Yes, Big E is the champ. Apollo Crews. You know what? Like, I think they could put all the belts into that group.
I think Big E loses because and then the Hurt Business gets a belt back since the Hurt Business just lost their two belts.
But if you think about it, I think the Hurt Business could get all of the belts back. And then, like, how dominant would they be? How much? I think that would be a good move, right and wise.
Can we just go on?
And I normally don't like that when they put all the when a company puts all the belts in one faction, but I think that's the right move.
Can we just go on record, JP, and say that I called this Hurt the Business until they fucking all had the belts, because that's what I wanted, was all of them to have a belt, and for MVP to just kind of do what he's doing now and be that manager that is non-existent, that doesn't really exist outside of Paul Heyman, that you could still buy into. He could legit go. Like, if he needs to, he'll legit rip his shit and go. I can't think of another manager out there right now. WWE specific. I'm thinking, I'm not going like Selena Arena, De La Renta, and all the other happy horse shit, but somebody that's really dedicated, because he's not in ring anymore. I think he's done what he needed to do and put over who he needed to put over to get where they needed to get. So I really think that, welcome to Beat Montana, folks. That's another truck going by. You know what I mean? I want him to be a manager.
Is that some Big Sky?
Yeah. No, that's some Yellowstone right there.
Elvis King says it should be Elvis Martinez. It should be Sheamus. But it should be if Sheamus wins, he's added to the WrestleMania match, which that would be a cool stip.
Not gonna happen. Like it though.
And then,
do you like how I've become so confident in my picks, JP?
I do, and you're right more often than what it used to be. You've actually learned. I feel like you've gone forward and I've gone back.
I have removed all emotion from these matches.
I got Apollo Crews. Yes. Then you got.
I'm Apollo Crews as well.
Then you got the singles match for the WWE Universal Champion. The winner of the match between Edge and Jey Uso on the March 19th, 2021 SmackDown will be the special guest enforcer. So whoever wins between Uso and Edge. And I'm
Say that
gonna
again.
guess.
Hold
So
on. Say that stipulation again, and then repeat this match because I don't want to laugh out loud before.
the winner of the match between Edge and Jey Uso on the March 19th episode of SmackDown will be the special guest enforcer. And then this is the Universal title. It's Roman Reigns versus Daniel
versus
Bryan.
Dan Bryan. Ooh.
I think.
Do you okay? Before we answer this, I'm going to give you a scenario, okay? Because this is how my mind works, and this is me projecting, right? So Fastlane can usually end in one of two things, like really good booking for WrestleMania or really shitty booking for WrestleMania, in a lot of ways. So, do you foresee Edge being the one or being able to be the one that takes Roman down for a bit and makes a little bit of a run again? Or is this more of an instance of we get a possible not main event, but a tag team match with Daniel Bryan and Edge against Jey Uso and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania rather than a one-on-one for the belt with Edge, which is I mean, he's our age, man. He's fucking old when it comes to this.
So I don't think Edge is the one to win the championship, but I do think Edge is the one to lose in that championship match and make Roman Reigns the ultimate heel. I just think Edge has that power more than if he had the title.
So you see Edge making this a run? I don't see him winning. I see.
Yeah, I don't see
him. Who do you see being the special enforcer for this match?
Didn't they just? Uso. Yeah, they just did some stuff between Uso and Daniel Bryan, didn't they?
Yes.
So yes. I think it's got to be Uso because he's got stuff between both of them.
Yes.
So and then which way does he go? And it leaves you questioning that through the whole match. And then at the end, he Pearl Harbors somebody. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, plus you can take into account that you don't want to put Edge in another instance where he could get hurt.
I'll bet you there's a guaranteed ref bump in this match, though. Not the enforcer, but the ref. Whoever the ref is bumps, gets knocked out, and Uso has to do the 3 count. And does he either does the quick or he goes, or it's the 1.
Why do you do a hand count that and do the slow 1 2 3 instead of doing a slow 1 2 3 count with your hand? What's the difference?
Because I'm not looking at myself right now. So
the 1, that count, right? The 1 2
and then it never hits 3. As opposed to
that was 4.
One or the other.
Good job.
I can only imagine what that looked like to the chat.
I'm picking Jey Uso in this match. That's
Jey Uso
with that one.
So Jey Uso wins and he's the enforcer, but who wins between Edge and Roman?
You're making me pick a Mania match right now?
I mean, who wins between Roman and Daniel?
Roman.
Okay, I agree with that. Both parts of that actually. Now, this
Roman.
one, I think we're going to split on this one.
The reason this works is because I'm not thinking. I'm thinking as a writer and not as an invested WWE universe.
I think we're going to be split on this one. The next one, and this is the last match that I have listed, is the tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. You got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler as the champs, with Reginald, who screws everything up, and they're going up against the 2 girls with R's in their names, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. I did that on purpose.
You're picking Shayna and Nia, aren't you?
No, I'm picking Sasha and Bianca.
Oh, that's logic. That's a logical pick for me.
I think that's a good team. I would love to see those 2 get a run together because you look at what the the run what Sasha and Bailey did for both Sasha and Bailey at the time, or and like where imagine where Bianca Belair ends up at the end of that run.
The attitude and the amount of entertainment, and this is no shit. Like I've never made this comparison, and I'm a huge Iconics fan. I don't think I could imagine a more charismatic, like a couple individuals, like Shawn Michaels and Triple H type shit. Like they could get to that level if they're willing to.
You know what we got now, though? We got
What?
one thing to do before the wheel.
Are we gonna talk about cereal?
No. Well, that'll happen in one of the commercials.
Oh, we already talked about cereal. God, I can't wait to eat that.
That's what she said.
Quality. It's quality, man.
It's delicious. Honest to God, like it.
That's what I look forward to.
I'm talking
Like,
about Magic Spoon cereal. It really tastes like the name brand like cereals. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we were harassing each other about barbecue the other night, right? And then I went out and made some killer burgers with some local beef. To me, and it was lean, dude. It was lean, and I like seared them, and then I.
You know what a lean burger is? It's a steak. If I want a steak, I'm going to make a steak. If I want a burger, it's like a 75, 25, 80, 20.
No, like it's here. When I make you this burger, dude, it's not like a steak. It's more like a nice piece of grilled meatloaf in your mouth. See, I'm just made you hungry, didn't I?
And then I'll make my burger, and you'll be so disappointed in your own.
Don't worry, I disappoint so many people on my own. I don't need to disappoint myself any more than I already do.
All right, listen, we're 27 minutes in, guys. So I want to tell you guys about a product, of course. Today's podcast is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with the flat rate for ad space, so you always know how much you're getting. When you include an ad from Podgo, apply today to become a member and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's podgo.co at podgo.co, and be sure to add our podcast, The Irish Whip, in the How Did You Hear About Us Podgo section of the application.
Yeah, make sure when you guys go, and if you do, just go fill out the application, put our information in there. It doesn't matter if you're getting 10 downloads or 100 downloads or 1,000 downloads. Like they're there to help out. And if you can start to monetize your podcast, it's a really cool way to get your foot in the door, and to learn what it's like to do this. Like this is challenging, man. This is always challenging for us, and I think the reason we do it live is because we don't need the edits. We don't want to edit. There's enough of us and enough of pro wrestling out there that we can. We don't need to, man.
Elvis Martinez just said Josh and JP for the Podcast Hall of Fame.
Tell that to Gabe Sapolsky. Oh, there's only so many people that
you know what I want? I want a podcast with Bobby D and Tommy.
Yeah,
I want to see that. Like I want to make that happen.
I could see that happening.
I think you guys would, So let's see. I have.
Is that it? That's the FASTLANE, dude. That's FASTLANE.
That's it. It's like 5 matches.
Do you want to take a minute? And I know you haven't. You probably have you watched? Did you watch any AEW this week?
I did not.
Okay. Well, let me speak to AEW as we get ready to spin this wheel and like send everybody out. Again, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us. Apologize again for being so short and the brevity of the episode, but really what it is this coronavirus has been brutal on a lot of us, and the shit that JP and a lot of us have gone through in this last year and some odd months is deep, and it's been on all accounts, so serious on so many levels, that this is their outlet, and I just am. I look forward to this day. I look forward to this hour. I look forward to spinning the wheel. I look forward to sending shit to the Haddocks boys on a regular basis to put smiles on their faces. And it's sometimes it does feel like a job, and that's when it sucks. But it's for me.
We're recording an episode next week. We're recording an interview next week too.
I am, man. The way that this
Do you want to tell them who it is?
It's a very good professional wrestler. That's the only hint.
But do we want to tell them who it is?
No, it's a very good professional wrestler. That's all they need to know.
Just tell them who it is.
No, dude. He's just a very good professional wrestler. That's it.
But who is it?
Doesn't matter.
This is all Josh has told me about this too, is that, hey, we're interviewing a very good professional wrestler next week. That's literally all I know.
That's it. I can tell you that he is world famous. Has worked as a masked wrestler at times. Is featured in a new IWTV series that's coming out. So it's just a very good professional wrestler, dude. That's it.
But who is, you got to tell me who it is before we interview him so I can have questions ready.
It's not Anthony Green.
No, he never wrestled in a mask.
It's not Christian Casanova.
Again, never wrestled in a mask.
It's not Randy Carver. Never wrestled.
No. I don't know, guys, but it's a very good professional wrestler. And what I can tell you, what I do know from what Josh has informed me of, is that this is going to be a fun interview. And this is going to go back.
Dude, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be.
In all honesty, I know who it is. This is going to be something that goes back through my adult fanhood of pro wrestling.
Yes. It goes back to our roots in pro wrestling. It goes back to why we do what we do and why we continue to do it, and why when people that are, a very good professional wrestler, when they make it.
He's been brought up on this so many times.
Absolutely. Solo Darling, if you listen to our interview with Solo Darling, she had a huge crush on this individual that is a very good professional wrestler.
I want to know how old he is.
The age is irrelevant when you're as fucking nostalgic as this man is.
Right? I mean, yeah, that's...
Elvis, do you want Vampiro? I'm sure would come on here whenever we'd like.
Yes. Elvis, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Tommy Flynn saying spin that wheel.
This is the 30-minute mark is always that's the
Elvis.
Elvis.
Elvis wants us to give him a hint on his finisher, and then said CM Punk. You know what I'll say? It's not CM Punk. He's closer to CP Monk. Bobby D talking to Leo about coming on.
Oh yeah, Leo. I'd love that. Leo would be fun.
Elvis is taking some good guesses, saying Christopher Daniels. It could be Daniels. It could be. Daniels fits that criteria. He's a very good professional wrestler, well known. It goes throughout my adulthood. He's been a pro wrestler that whole time. He's wrestled under a mask as Curryman. That could be.
It's not El Generico.
No. Let's see. Who else is it not? Man.
It's just going to be a lot. It's just going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be one you guys don't want to miss. The cool thing is that now with the ability with StreamYard is that we can still do a show like this. We can have the interview up, and we can pop up the interview and let it happen. Yes. I think the most fun that I'm going to have, that we're going to start to have with this, is that we're going to start having some individuals on the podcast that people are it's going to turn some heads, and we're going to have some fun times with them.
Our goal is to get these people seen that may not be seen. If it's someone that you know, so if we have on a guest, like someone brought up Vampiro earlier, get a guest like Vampiro on, that's for us. That's
Yeah,
someone that we looked up to as a kid that we wanted to have on and have the chance to have a conversation with, and we've become friends with now.
Nikolai
But
Volkov.
that would be awesome. But if we get on somebody that's like a independent guy, that's for us too, because we want to get to know that person and see what their goals are and where they want to go. But that's also to introduce them to new fans. So when we get someone on like that, guys, make sure you go on and follow their Facebook, their Twitter, check out their IWTV stuff, things to that, because it's really cool. And I think this interview is going to get a big push from WrestlingNewsSource.com too. So that'll be a cool thing.
It's huge and it's impactful if you think the reach that Wrestling News Source has for an independent wrestler when it comes to 80,000+ on Twitter and over 500,000 on Facebook. That in itself is, I mean, the magnitude of that is beneficial for all parties, and that's what it's fun, man. It's just we get to hang out with the guys from the Wrestling News Source podcast. Ben is a brother. He's like he's like a son for you. It's fun. It's enjoyable for us. We're going to continue to partner with Wrestling News Source when we get down to the pay-per-views and this starts opening back up again. You'll start seeing the logos and you'll start seeing the t-shirts. You'll start seeing us doing everything everywhere all the time. Man,
Right.
I'm super excited about it. And there's doors. I guess that's the thing. And I'm gonna say this again, and I continue to say it before we spin this wheel, is that my true inspiration in continuing to do this is watching Anthony Green on a TV screen.
You just rhymed. You're a poet and you don't even know it. Are you gonna step into the battle with me and Mike Farrell?
No. Although I am linguistically layered in so many ways that you could never imagine, I could not ever want to spit a rhyme.
All right, I've been shuffling this for a good minute or so. I've probably hit shuffle 100 times. It's completely random.
By the way, can you tell, just before you spin this, can you tell the story about Ivar and the Beverly Hills?
Okay, yeah, I think
this is
so.
for the Ivar fake. We got to tell this story.
Yeah, so Ivar, when he was on the independent wrestling scene, before Warbeard Hanson, any of that, before he broke his back in 2 spots twice, he was Handsome Johnny Hayes, Handsome Johnny Hanson, anything like that. He actually did a lot on like Sunday Night Heat back in the day. But his entrance music was the Beverly Hills theme song. That
Axel,
it
that's the name of
happened
that.
consistently at the Quincy Armory, where we would be setting the ring up, and the sound guy, who was one of the promoters, would be setting the sound up and would be testing the sound out. And as he'd play that song, Handsome Johnny would walk in the door and would come in like puffing his hair up, dancing the way to the ring. It happened every month. So
did he wait outside purposely?
No, it just happened that way. He was always one of the first people at the arena, though. So he was one of the few of the boys that were actually there during like sound check. You know what I mean?
Guy.
He was that professional back then, even. But that was what that was, and that was just a little inside thing. I didn't expect him to actually post. I knew it would make him laugh.
It's funny. I think we have to blame Timber on some of that too.
Yes, she's been in contact with him.
I think unwittingly she talks to these sports entertainers and pro wrestlers, and we don't even know.
Well, I mean, Ivar, I can say, is someone that he's never not answered me. You know what I mean?
Well, he's a genuine human being that cares, and like I
wouldn't say me and him are friends. Like, we've never hung out outside of a wrestling event.
Well, no,
but it was always a hey, how's it going, and have a conversation. It wasn't just a hi and walk by. You know what I mean?
Professional acquaintances with mutual respect for each other.
Yeah. So he actually ripped my shirt off at one time in front of like thousands of people.
Is that the hot dog eating contest?
That was at the hot dog safari. I don't know if that was the same year he kicked me and made me puke at the hot dog eating contest. But so I'm a big guy. The PWF, NECW was at the time, never had like the big shirt. So I never had a staff shirt with them. And Sheldon that day gave me my staff shirt and said, JP, we had this made for you. And I appreciated that. And I put that shirt on and I wore that shirt with pride for about an hour.
Listen, Bobby D, I appreciate the fact that you enjoy listening to me while I'm in my car. That makes this so much better for me right now. That you appreciate the fact that I sound like your specific needle on your record player when you were 12 makes me feel great.
No, your sound actually wasn't bad.
Okay, well that's good.
So I forget who Handsome Johnny was wrestling, but there was a spot where we had to do they had to be separated, and I'm going in to separate them, and he grabbed me by the collar of the shirt and ripped, and did not let go of the collar of the shirt until the shirt was off of me. Completely. This hot dog safari, Bobby D, I don't know if you were ever there, but this was run by, it was at a horse track race, dog track, and it was run by the Edelman brothers, who are like big around here as far as restaurant like reviews and stuff, and they were radio personalities. And they packed this place, and the wrestling was the entertainment. So there was literally like 2,000-3,000 people watching me with my shirt off. It was so embarrassing. I was dead. There's a picture of me walking back through, and it's like I'm walking past some of the wrestlers' wives and girlfriends and stuff, and they're just snickering at me as I walk by with no shirt on.
Really boosted your self-esteem, didn't it?
The handsome one, Handsome Johnny.
Oh shit, here we go. I'm glad you shared the music this time, but what is this?
This is Miami relaxing music.
Relaxing. Awesome. Well, I'm so relaxed now. I can't wait. When I get done, I'm going to go tell everybody I'm so relaxed.
Who's it gonna be with slowing down? The names are all so close this week too, because there's a lot on there.
I always love it when it slows down so slow that it literally creeps to the point of I don't know who's gonna win.
Larry Guerra.
Good job, Larry.
Larry, reach out to us in the next week or so. Let us know. Send us your address, and we'll get that figure out here.
Boom, Ivar, like that. That's a pretty cool fig.
That's the Ivar Basic. But the cool part about this figure is, like, I'm going to order it off of a website that tends to get them before they're in the store. So you'll have it in your hands probably before it hits a store shelf.
Mine was, the ones that I've ordered have been all about 2 weeks before I literally saw them at the store. So that's pretty cool to have it before it hits the store. And
I want to show this off again. I want to show off the plaque, the Irish whip. That's hand carved, hand painted. This was done for me as a gift. And if you guys wanted something done like this, you can get, he does customs. He has some on there that he sells stock. It's at www.mcgsolutions.org. Out of Boston, Mass. He is a firefighter. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that or not, but a lot of the money goes to Boston Firefighter Funds. And it's unbelievable work. My mother has a few pieces hanging up in her house, and
it's not like neither of us have ever gotten a cease and desist order.
This is true. But he does a lot of good stuff. So it's he has stock stuff up there that he sells and like signs and things to that nature. But if you wanted something custom done, obviously he can do. He does really good work, and it's all done by hand.
JP, again, it's always another stellar episode, even though I was in the vehicle in the middle of Butte, America.
That's it, guys. It's been fun. Everybody, will see you next week. 7:05 Friday. That may change at some point, guys, just to keep a heads up, but we'll let you know beforehand.
Exactly. Again, as always, follow us at the number 3 Irish Boys with a Z, and we'll see you next week.